Thank you to the visionary leadership of the Greater Flagstaff Chamber of Commerce for the opportunity to present this information to help our local businesses develop and thrive. Hey folks, welcome to this segment, this video of the sentiment analysis using Claude Sonnets 3.5. Here we're going to take a quick look at the data that we're using and then jumping into Claude so that you can see how to use the analysis tool in Claude for large data sets to figure out what's going on in the data set, to give you actionable items, to give you feedback, and also give you items to be able to take to your leadership in reviewing that material. Right at the beginning of when I'm in Claude, just to give you a heads up, I'll be pulling in a file. I'll be talking about the file, but you actually won't see the window. And so what you want to be able to do when using Claude Sonnet 3.5 is to build out your Excel and then switch it over to a CSV file, comma delimited file. And that will enable Claude to do a really effective job of servicing you and your needs. Okay, folks. Well, stepping into our data here, as you can see here, I have a fairly substantial list of respondents to the survey that you heard me mention just a moment ago, about 100%, 120 respondents. None of us want to go through reading this. And so what we want to be able to do now is go, okay, how do we take this and use generative AI to help us out? So what I'm going to do now is click over to our Claude function, and we're going to pull up Claude and see what we can do there. Okay, folks, so now we've jumped into Claude, and this is our generative AI. Some of you may have heard of Claude before, some of you may not. It is on par with ChatGPT, as well as Copilot and Gemini. And we want to use Claude because you'll see down here where it says the analyst tool. And we're going to use that to do the analysis of our document. So first thing we need to do is literally attach our document. So let's click on that. Let's go grab, and I want to point this out to you, that you'll see here, comma separated values, CSV. And so we're going to grab this file here, open it, and here we are, attach the file. The next thing we're going to do, and I've already pre-written the prompt for us, is we're going to cut and paste our prompt into the chat box here. Notice the world-class sentiment analysis. And so we've given it an expertise, and also we've given an idea of what we're trying to do. And then we break it down. You'll see here with items number 1 and 2 as to what we're hoping to get back from the generative AI. So we've got it attached, looks good. Let's hit send. Okay, so here it is, cooking and thinking. And you're going to probably notice it's going to jump into some code here. This is where it's actually determining what is the count. It's also it kind of giving itself, hey, what are positive and negative words and opinions? And now we have a graph of our percentage of response that are run from extremely negative to extremely positive. Sliding back up to the prompt, you'll notice here I want it on a 7-point scale, and it did exactly that. Great thing is I can come over here and play with that graph, and it literally tells me what is going on: negative, somewhat negative, neutral, somewhat positive. Furthermore, it gives me over here how many responses and the percentage of, and basically kind of a rundown of what each response has been, as well as some key observations. And so it's saying that maybe there's a somewhat skew, slightly positive. And so that might be something to explore. And so and it says somewhat positive, while there may be issues, many residents see the efforts as acceptable. Fantastic. So let's actually dive into it a little bit more, and let's come in with another prompt. And I will now ask it to give us a summary of each area: extremely negative, negative, etc. And so let me send that. And so, because it's in the same chat, what we're getting is it's reviewing the same data. And so, it's creating a document for us, extremely negative, somewhat negative, and it's breaking down those details that we're getting from the feedback survey of 120 respondents. And so, it's telling us what we need to know. And it's also given us some key takeaways. And so, we want to be able to report to leadership. And these are elements where we've got a summary where we can already turn around and give that to leadership. This is really effective. Now, let's actually try to maybe do something about it. And so, let me get this last prompt here and cut and paste this into the chat box. And here we have we've given it an expertise of a erosion control engineer who has 30 years of experience, and asked it for 5 strong, impactful, actionable ideas, as well as ranking those suggestions. And so let's hit send there and see what Claude can come up with some suggestions. And critically to that is that what can we do quickly, and what can we do downstream through that. And so here it's giving us a 5-point action plan, and the uh, it gives us kind of why this ranking works. The first 2 solutions provide immediate relief to most vocal homeowner complaints with minimal disruption. Outstanding. And we've actually asked it here. You see, we've actually to focus on the homeowners. And so what we can do is actually change that, because we've got homeowners, local residents, and business owners. And so you can do that with each one of those to see if maybe 1 or 2 of these items might be immediately impactful for all 3 populations. Immediate swale enhancement, and French drain installation, giving us an action plan. It actually tells us how to install the French drain here. Super helpful, because I've never done that. Retention pond modification. That's probably going to need, you're going to need a front loader and some dump trucks for that. Uh, Bioswale network. That's creative. Interconnected vegetated channels. Love that as an eco plan. And then subsurface water storage system. So now we are good to go. However, one thing about it, and you'll notice here, you're out of free messages until 5 p.m. When you're using the free version of Claude, you do have kind of a finite number of tries. I had been using this earlier to make sure it worked. And so clearly I ran into my problem where I've run out of free messages. I do have this as a purchase subscription, but I wanted to show you how it worked in the free version. So this is free, a version that is immediately accessible by you, the user. Well, folks, that wraps up this particular video on sentiment analysis using Claude Sonnets 3.5. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in my email, johnggartin@gmail.com. Tried to corner the market on the G's there. Or you can scan this QR code that you see, and that's my LinkedIn profile. Drop me an IM, message me there. Happy to talk to you. I certainly live on LinkedIn. I hope you have a great day, and look forward to having you review the other videos. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Have a great day.